Good morning to all our viewers and welcome to Breakfast News. I'm Dinitza Faith Lingdor. Let's begin the bulletin this Wednesday morning with the top headlines. CM Sangma announces uniform SOP for district selection committees to standardize recruitment and improve transparency. CM Sangma said Meghalaya has strengthened its anti-infiltration mechanism with 18 checkposts and gates. CM Sangma said Meghalaya needs outside investment and industrial growth to create jobs while stressing that statutory procedures and local investments must be protected. Government talks to be held today after the Students' Union accepted government's proposal for talks. The special intensive revision of electoral rolls in Meghalaya has entered a crucial verification stage with 6,51,644 electorals flagged for scrutiny. Now let's first take a look at the local news. CM Conrad Sangma has announced a uniform SOP for district selection committees to standardize recruitment and improve transparency with vacancies targeted to be filled within 6 months. The framework includes provisional answer keys within 7 days, online objections, fewer interviews, and a mandatory local language test requiring 30% marks. Sangma also said the government is reviewing the TET requirement, release rupees 186 crores annually for salaries of 1,661 private college lecturers and has created over 3.6 lakh livelihood opportunities since 2019.
The government has therefore decided to introduce a comprehensive standard operating procedure that harmonizes all existing instructions into a single, sequential and legal coherent framework applicable across all districts. The SOP establishes a uniform, transparent and legal robust recruitment framework aimed at merit-based selection, equal opportunity, adherence to government rules, administrative efficiency, accountability, and a verifiable audit trail. 2. It defines the composition, powers, and responsibilities of the DSC and segregates functions to prevent conflict of interest. Major decisions on examination schemes, answer keys, results, and selection lists must be taken collectively, with proper documentation and approval. Knowledge of local language is a mandatory eligibility criteria, tested through a separate local language proficiency paper on a qualifying basis.
CM Conrad Sangma said Meghalaya has strengthened its anti-infiltration mechanisms with 18 checkposts and gates, a railway facilitation centre and a land customs stations. He said 12 district task forces conduct regular and surprise checks, while the state police and BSF jointly monitor the international border through patrols and electronic surveillance. A state-level committee has also been formed to identify illegal foreign residents, while over 966 localities and 5,000 tenants have been registered under the state's law's scrutiny law.
The government has ensured that we strengthen the border security by ensuring that our land is protected at the border area. So along the Indo-Bangladesh and interstate border, 18 anti-infiltration checkposts and check gates, a railway facilitation center and a land custom station have been established. So district special squads have also been stationed at the headquarters of all 12 districts to conduct extensive anti-infiltration drives. So border management is a security function undertaken in close coordination between the state and the BSF. Surveillance is maintained through regular joint patrolling and NACA checking along the international borders. Electronic surveillance equipments, including high-density lights, has also been installed at strategic locations to deter illegal intrusion. To strengthen the detection of illegal infiltration and regularly monitor anti-infiltration measures, the government has constituted 12 district task forces for the detection of Bangladeshi nationals. These task forces undertake regular checking and special drives. Surprise checks are also conducted once every month by joint teams comprising a magistrate, personnel of district police force, and staff of the infiltration branch.
CM Conrad Sangma said Meghalaya needs outside investment and industrial growth to create jobs, while stressing that statutory procedures and local interests must be protected. He said a fact-finding committee will examine concerns over the public hearing for the proposed Shree Cement project. Sangma also clarified that stone mining and sand quarrying are not banned but require permits and environmental clearance. Meanwhile, 72 illegal coke plants have been demolished since 2023 as the government continues its crackdown on units operating without mandatory clearances.
For any state, any country to move forward, you need investment from outside. That is what growth is. Investment happens, growth happens when investment takes place. So therefore, we have to get investments. So that's how things move forward. So many questions were raised about, companies like Shree Cement coming in. So Shree Cement today is the second largest cement company in the country. They're the second largest in the country. And they're a very known organization throughout the world, and especially in the eastern region. So a company of that stature today is wanting to come in and invest in our state. I think, sir, it's a great plus for us that we should look at the aspects of all the different aspects and ensure that we get investments like these that are coming in. Now, obviously, sir, when this happens, there are concerns. It does not mean that we are going to bulldoze any concern. It does not mean that we are going to not follow any rules or regulations. We must follow all the rules. We must follow all the regulations, sir. And just to share with the House, sir, that we have also decided that since the concerns are there, we have put up a fact-finding committee to look into all the concerns that are there, that are raised in this regarding, in regards to the public hearing of the Shree Cement. And we will ensure that we go into all the different aspects and concerns that are being raised by the people. The intention of our government is to bring in investment, because it is with investment and industrial growth and economic growth that jobs are created. So while we bring in investment from outside, yes, we need to protect our people, we need to protect our environment. There are measures for it. There are procedures for it. And that's what we should stick to and follow.
The Khasi Students' Union has agreed to the Meghalaya government's offer for talks on its 5-point Charter of Demands. The meeting with Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma is scheduled for 6 p.m. today at the Meghalaya Secretariat's Conference Hall in Shillong. The meeting comes after the Chief Minister invited the KSU for discussions on its demands, saying dialogue can lead to better solutions. The decision was taken by the KSU Central Executive Committee, paving the way for discussions on the union's key concerns. The Special Intensive Revision of Electoral Rolls in Meghalaya has entered a crucial verification stage with 651,644 electorals flagged for scrutiny. Chief Electoral Officer B.D. Tiwari said all flagged electors will be given a fair opportunity to appear at hearings and clarify their records. The electoral roll is expected to be finalized by October 10th, after which the ECI will announce the Shillong Parliamentary Constituency by-election schedule. The seat fell vacant following the death of MP Ricky A.J. Singkon.
There might be they might receive notice due to some discrepancy, like the people who are having more than 6 children, being a tribal area. In the field also we come across and number of people having more than 6 children linked with same parents. So a good number of cases has come but since the process is ongoing, I request all of them at least to cooperate with our election authority. It is just a verification, so it is not to deprive them with any right or any legitimate right of any such eligible citizen, just to verify if it is the correct thing, and they will do with the due procedure, so it will not cause any inconvenience later to the person concerned. Already instructed the MP election schedule will announce after the SIR process will be over. So at least the role have to be ready. After that, as whenever schedule will be given by Honorable Election Commission of India, then accordingly by election will be held in the state. As per present schedule, the SIR process will be over by 7th of October with the publication of the final.
The Meghalaya State Skill Development Society recruitment drive in Nongstoin drew 203 youths, with 152 registering for employment opportunities outside the state and abroad. Held at New Nongstoin Hall yesterday, the drive aimed to connect unemployed youth with employers and create avenues for skill-based employment and career growth. Participants welcomed the initiative, saying it provides greater access to job opportunities beyond Meghalaya. Meghalaya police intercepted 4 suspected stolen motorcycles in separate operations on August 24, 2026, based on intelligence inputs. 2 motorcycles allegedly stolen for Changsari, Assam, were seized at Lajaplem by Amlarem police, and 2 riders were apprehended before being handed over to Changsari police for further legal action. Dauki police also intercepted 2 more suspected stolen motorcycles, which remain under verification. Police urged residents to secure their vehicles and report suspicious activity through 112. Up next, we have the regional news. The CRPF's Cobra unit conducted a door-to-door search operation in Tafo, Langmai and adjoining areas of Manipur's Senapati district on August 25th, a day after fresh tensions left a CRPF personnel injured. The operation, carried out with district police, involved searches of houses and surrounding areas. The searches were conducted without resistance and no arrests or detentions were reported. There was no official confirmation of any recovery of weapons or other items.
मालिक है ना घर मालिक हाँ जी अंदर ही मालिक के साथ है बात में ताकि रिजेक्शन नहीं हो nice place.
Let's take a look at the national news. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has pitched India as a major destination for data centers and high-tech manufacturing during his visit to Japan. Goyal said global hyperscales have committed around 200 billion crore in investments and invested Japanese companies to participate in the sector. He also outlined 4 pillars of India-Japan economic cooperation: trade, technology, investment and tourism, and said India's semiconductor demand could reach $150 billion by 2032.
We expect our semiconductor demand to now grow up to $150 billion by 2032. In design and engineering talent, India can offer significant support, as was mentioned by several of you. We are now rapidly expanding, particularly in the fabrication and packaging ecosystem. We have given significant government incentives. The Semicon 1 gave about $10 billion and has seeded investments of roughly $19 billion in this industry through 13 projects which have been approved. We have recently committed another $15 billion for Semicon 2 and are committed to giving even more once we exhaust this $15 billion. Apart from that, the states give incentives, and in the aggregate, we believe the Semicon 2 should be in a position to seed about $50 billion of investments.
Let's move on to the international news. National Security Advisor Ajit Doyal held special representative talks with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi in Beijing on the India-China boundary issue and improving bilateral ties. The talks come ahead of Chinese President Xi Jinping's expected visit to New Delhi for the BRICS summit on September 12 to 13. Earlier, Doval met Chinese Vice President Han Zheng with discussions focusing on maintaining peace and tranquility along the border and strengthening bilateral relations. India and New Zealand have reaffirmed their commitment to a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific at the Second Defence Strategic Dialogue in Wellington. The talks focus on maritime security, joint military training and strengthening defence cooperation under the India-New Zealand Strategic Partnership Roadmap 2030. Both sides also discuss expanding joint exercises, personnel exchanges, defence college partnerships and cooperation in defence procurement and operational coordination. Country music legend Dolly Parton has died at 80 after a brief battle with cancer, her family announced. The beloved singer, actress and philanthropist died surrounded by loved ones, leaving behind a lasting legacy in music, film and charity. Following her death, President Donald Trump ordered US flags nationwide to be lowered to half-staff for 1 week in her honor. As tributes poured in from across the country, there will never be anyone like her and never will.
Dolly down front, please.
Coming back and telling all your friends about me, so I just wanted to thank you. I've got a jet waiting. We've got to get back to Nashville as soon as we can. But God bless you and thank you so much. All right, good night.
Up next, we have the sports news. Host Sri Lanka reached 265 for 8 against India before rain forced early stumps on day 3 of the Colombo Test, trailing by 238 runs. Sonal Dinusha was unbeaten on 85 with Lahiru Kumara on 8. India had early declared at 503 powered by centuries from Dhruv Jurel and Devdutt Padikkal and led the 2-match series 1-0. Now let's take a look at the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. Minimum temperature 24 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 30 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 83%, rainfall 1.7 millimeter. Moving on to Shillong, minimum temperature 18 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 82%, rainfall 4.3 millimeter. Meanwhile, in Jowai, minimum temperature 19 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 24 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 86%. Rainfall is 2.1 millimeter. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jowai says moderate rain is likely to occur at many places. Before we end the bulletin, let's take a look at the headlines one more time. CM Sangma announces uniform SOP for district election committees to standardize recruitment and improve transparency. Chief Minister Sangma said Meghalaya has strengthened its anti-infiltration mechanism with 18 checkposts and gates. Chief Minister Sangma said Meghalaya needs outside investment and industrial growth to create jobs, while stressing that statutory procedures and local interests must be protected. Government talks to be held today after the student union accepted government's proposal for talks. The special intensive revision of electoral rolls in Meghalaya has entered a crucial verification stage with 6,51,644 electorals flagged for scrutiny. And that brings us to the end of the bulletin this morning. I'm Dinitza Feitlingdo. We will be back tomorrow with more news updates. For now, our Khasi News Bulletin Ki Khubor Step is up next. Stay tuned.